So let me tell you, Friday morning. Friday morning, Sherry says to me, my wife, Sherry, says, I think I'm going to go ahead and go down here to the DMV, and I'm going to go ahead and get in line to get my real ID. I was like, oh, gosh. So I get dressed, ready for work, and I said, you know what? I'm going now. I'm going to go. I'm going to stand in line. I'll just go to work late. You come up here when you can. Join me. We'll go. We'll get our real IDs. We're going to get this taken care of. It's done. So we get there. I get there at 6:45. Sherry just comes a few minutes later. But it's 6:45, and the doors don't open till 8. I got my little camping chair. Got it set out. Sitting in my chair. Everybody else has got about 15 people in front of me standing in line. I'm comfortable. Here comes the storms. I get my umbrella. Pop! I'm sitting in my chair with my umbrella. Other people are getting wet. I'm like, did you not see the weather? And I'm like, okay. So I'm comfortable. Everything's good. But other people, some of them got their umbrellas. But then we noticed this one woman. This one woman, she comes a little bit later. And she's got friends who are at the front of the line. So she jumps out of her car and she goes and stands at the front of the line. Now, most of the time while she's talking to them, she's on her phone. And she's talking to them for a few minutes. And then it starts to rain, so she goes and gets in her car. After it stops raining, a few minutes later, she would come back out. And she would go to her friends who are at the front of the line. And she would talk to them, blah, 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 blah. Then she'd go back and get in her car again. And this would happen over and over and over. And then at 8 o'clock, they open the doors. And they allow so many people in right up front. So they open the doors to let the first few people, which included her friends, to come on inside. And then they shut the door. A few minutes later, a woman gets out of her car, goes up and goes, where's my friends? And people said, oh, they went inside. What? They're already inside? So she goes and grabs the door to open it, and the security guard goes, you got an appointment? She says, no. But my friends are in there. She goes, it doesn't matter. She goes, but I was standing in line. She goes, if you were standing in line, you'd be in there with them. You go back to the end of the line. And she's like, no, I'm not doing it. Those are my friends. I was in line with them. And the security guard, she's just great. She goes, ma'am, I was standing here. You were not in line. You go to the back. Oh, she's fussing. She's throwing a fit. So here comes the big security guard comes out. Ma'am, you're going in the back of the line. So she's like, I'm not going to the back of the line. Now I'm thinking, like everybody else, back of the line, back of the line, back of the line. Everybody, we're all going, get the back of the line, back of the line. Because, it's just the way it is, right? It's the way we are human. But what I should have done, I'm reading this verse and I'm thinking about it, is I should have went up to her. I should have said, ma'am, I want you to know Jesus loves you and he really wants you to be at the back of the line. But